YouTube, what's up? It's Omar coming at you right now with my 2013 Pac-12 football preview. Right now I have some baseball going on in the background, but not mind that. We'll get into baseball at a different time. Right now it's all about football. So let me start off with 5 things I'm looking forward to seeing in the conference. Number 1, of course, the offense of the Oregon Ducks. How could you not, as a football fan, want to watch Oregon's offense go to work? It is the most entertaining thing to watch, in my opinion, in all of football. How will they operate this year with Mark Helfrich as their coach instead of Chip Kelly? How will they operate bringing DeAnthony Thomas and Marcus Mariota back, but no LaMichael James? I think they'll still be high octane, and even though Oregon's the rivals and I hate them for now, unless I go there for college. Even though they're the rivals of UW, Washington, you gotta love watching Oregon and watching their offense just put in work every Saturday. The second thing I'm most intrigued to see is how powerful will Stanford be. Seems like, as I said in the last video, every year they kind of sleep on a couple games like us last year and they lost to us. But their recruiting is good. They're building a program. David Shaw is a solid coach there. He's going to be there for a while, you would assume. I believe they're bringing their quarterback Nunes back. Now it's just a matter of, can they put it together? Can they have the same strong defense they had last year? All these things can lead to being a top 10 team throughout the year, maybe even top 5. Number 3, the competition in the middle of the divisions. In the North, the competition is between the Huskies and Arizona State, and who knows, maybe even Washington State will show up and do some things this year in conference play. Don't forget Washington up in the middle of there. It's really interesting, especially in the North. The South is kind of not the same because you have Utah, who's it's a down time for them. You have Colorado, definite downtime. But in the North, as I said, Oregon State, Washington State, and Cal. Really, any of those teams can compete. I think it'll be a good competition between Oregon State and Washington for that 3rd spot. I do think my Washington Huskies will win it and be 3rd in the Pac-12 North. But that's just something to watch. 4th thing that I'm most looking forward to: what will happen with USC? We all know Lane Kiffin probably has the hottest of the hot seats in the country right now in terms of college or NFL coaches. He needs to get wins on the board. That's how USC works. Last year they were 7-6. They cannot have another season like that. USC doesn't operate like that. We know Lane Kiffin's bringing in the top flight talent that USC always does because he's a great recruiter. The question is, can he make the talent on paper turn into the talent on the field? That's the question that the USC higher-ups want to know, and they have to have it answered, frankly. And finally, will a Pac-12 team finally make the championship game? I think it might be this year. I picked Alabama and Ohio State in my championship game, but I still think Oregon and even Stanford have a good chance to get into the championship game. The league is strong again. Most people are ranking us as the 2nd best conference. I totally agree with that. I think we're 2nd best behind the SEC. We're deep. No team is really easy except for Colorado. Even Washington State's coming up. So the strength of schedule should not be a problem. It should just be wins. Will Oregon and Stanford look good enough to get into the championship game? So finally, my picks. I got my Phil Steele magazine right here. I'm going to kind of go with him, but not all, even though he's my number 1 man, So yes, the Oregon Ducks I think will finish 1st in the Pac-12 North. I got the Stanford Cardinal in 2nd. He says Oregon State 3rd. I'm going to say Washington. Washington 3rd. I'm confident that we can do that this year. Maybe finish 8-4, 9-3, which will still get us 3rd, which just means it's a good conference. Oregon State 4th, in my opinion. I think between the 2 teams, Cal and Washington State, I think that passing is more of a fad than running right now. And because of that, I think Washington State will finish in front of Cal. Cal has a great running back, Brennan Bigelow. Washington State has a great quarterback, Connor Halliday. The only problem is Cal has a quarterback who even knows they have a quarterback battle. So it's uncertainty in Cal right now. Now, Phil Steele picks USC to win the Pac-12 South. I just don't believe in Lane Kiffin. I'm sorry, I just don't like him, and I don't believe in him as a head coach, coaching the players. Not recruiting, he's a great recruiter, probably the best in the country, but coaching, I'm going to say Arizona State finishes first in the Pac-12 South, which is a little bit of a weaker division, but Arizona State's strong. You know, they have good quarterback play every single year. They've had, who they put in there? Nick Foles, who's now on, not Nick Foles. They had Nick Foles was Arizona. I don't remember. Either way, I think Arizona State will finish in first. USC will finish in second. They're off sanctions this year, I believe, fully off sanctions, besides maybe scholarships. UCLA and Arizona is another big toss-up, but I say UCLA. I am a supporter of Brett Hundley. Yes, I am a supporter of Brett Hundley, but I'm more a supporter of that defense, and in my opinion, the player that deserves the most love, and he gets love, but I think he deserves way more love than he gets, Anthony Barr. This guy is the epitome of what you want in a prospect right now at linebacker. He is tall, he is big, and he is quick. He's a great linebacker for them. Let me just make sure nothing's going on. Yeah, Anthony Barr, outside linebacker. He's a stud. He's gonna be a stud in the NFL for years to come. I do think UCLA finished third, Arizona in fourth, Utah in fifth, and the lowly Colorado in sixth. That's one thing that the Pac-12 has got to be kind of pissed about. Of course, it's brought us extra money, but when we brought in Utah and Colorado, we brought Utah in when they had just won the Fiesta Bowl, the Sugar Bowl, and we thought that Utah was going to be more of a force, at least in football. I'm not talking about basketball, because basketball takes a back seat. If you watch college sports, you would know that basketball is big, but it takes a back seat to football by a long shot. But they thought they were bringing in a BCS quality team in football in Utah, and then in Colorado, probably a team that's been good before, a team that has been good before. It's a fact, and a team hoping to come up and become better again. And Utah has just declined, and Colorado is just bad, really bad, in the bottom feeders of Division I. So that's unfortunate for the Pac-12. But hey, expect a good season from the Pac-12. Expect Oregon versus Arizona State in the Pac-12 championship game. Oregon wins it, and Oregon, I think, will still play in the Rose Bowl this year because Alabama and Ohio State just won't give Oregon room to breathe at the top. I think Alabama and Ohio State both go undefeated. I saw a pick on Bleacher Report this morning. Someone in their bold predictions did pick Washington, so I like that. But picked Alabama to get upset by Virginia Tech. You're out of your mind, guy. Alabama's going to blow up Virginia Tech. That's a fact. All right, boys. Football starts tonight at 6. It is currently 3:40. Are you hype? Because I'm hype.